Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. I'm Mike Scott, joined now by Christine Holt from Amdal Home Care. You were on Chuck's show earlier today, and now you're joining us. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Tell everybody about Amdal Home Care. What do you do?
All right, so we provide in-home care and services to post-operative patients, elderly. We specialize in Alzheimer's and dementia care. And something that's kind of little known around the community is we also provide care to mothers, new mothers, and pregnant women.
I didn't know that.
I know. It's kind of, I mean, we're advertising, but it's not really something that people think of right away.
Well, what kind of care would they need?
Well, a lot of
Just
times,
a helping hand?
Yeah, in general. So in home care, we provide light housekeeping, meal preparation, and we're owned and managed by an RN. So she kind of, checks in and helps us with our meal plans and things like that. And we do medication management. But a lot of times if women are pregnant with multiples or if they have a complicated pregnancy, they're limited to bed rest. Well, as we know in society today, it's hard to have both parents at home because of cost of living. So, and just cost of everything in general. But so a lot of times the mothers are left at home to kind of fend for themselves, and parents come in and help and things like that. But sometimes they need respite care. So we come in and we would provide services like assistance with laundry or the light housekeeping, because we know that stuff kind of falls behind when we have other situations that are more urgent. So so we provide those services, and we provide them to pretty much anybody in need. So it's not just elderly, which is a common misconception within home care. Again, like I said, we do post-operative care too. So we come into the home after somebody has surgery. Recently, I had a personal experience. I had an emergency surgery back in January, and I wasn't able to lift 10 pounds for a week. So nothing over 10 pounds, well, your laundry basket weighs more than that, and you start thinking about all these things that weigh more than 10 pounds. Well, I have a 6-month-old infant at home, so, I ran into issues with that. So that would be an ideal situation for a caregiver to come in, even if it's just a couple hours a day just to help with, home management and things like that, as well as grocery shopping. You think about grocery bags, unloading your grocery basket into your car. I mean, those are all things that can be difficult for people with any of these challenges. So we provide transportation to doctor's appointments. We provide assistance with grocery shopping and pretty much anything you can imagine.
Well, you're not babysitting.
No, not at all. No, it's what we call companion or custodial care is more a correct term. So no, it's not babysitting. Although at times it can be that. It can just be strictly companion care where, if we have patients that have Alzheimer's and dementia, it's really just monitoring their
No, I meant for the newborn mom.
Oh, no, yeah, no, not at all. It's not babysitting. We don't actually provide care for the child. It's for the mother. So, yeah.
While the mom is taking care of the baby,
right,
you're taking care of all the other things around the house, whatever they need.
So they can focus on what's most important.
Yeah.
And while they're still pregnant, like I said, a lot of times if they're at home and on disability leave or anything like that, they're bedridden. So, so that helps quite a bit with that stuff.
Are there things you won't do or can't do?
We are just cautious as far as our caregivers are concerned. We don't want to put them in any type of risk. So we don't do like heavy lifting or really extensive yard work or things like that. But pretty much anything else you can imagine we help with. So there's some limitations, but not much.
Okay. Tell everyone how what kind of training your caregivers have, what kind of background checks you do on them.
Well, we do full background checks. We have drug screening available as well. We also do very extensive training. Like I said, we're owned and operated by our CEO, who is an RN. So she designed all of our training programs for our new staff. So the caregivers go through different training modules for Alzheimer's, for end-of-life care, and very specific things. So they're put through quite a rigorous training before we send them out. And so, yeah.
If I'm going to have basically a stranger come into my home, I want to make sure that they're safe.
Exactly. And another thing, too, is all of our caregivers are licensed and bonded through our company. So you're covered if something happens in the home, as far as like workers' comp or things like that. We take on that responsibility. And what a lot of people don't realize is if they hire privately for home care, they don't have any of that. They don't have the background checks. You don't really know who you're bringing into your home, and they're not licensed or bonded. So if something were to happen and the caregiver were injured at your home or any horrible event like that happens, you would be liable. So, there's a lot of benefits to using a home care company. So.
Okay. So how can folks find out more about Amdal?
We have a website, of course. It's amdalinhome.com. or they can give us a call at our local office, which is 559-227-1701. And that's the best way. I would recommend calling. That way we can provide all the information. But our website obviously has quite a bit of information as well. So
Does insurance cover a lot of this?
it doesn't. We we work with all long-term care insurance companies. So if you had invested in that beforehand, then we work with those. We work with veterans benefits. We also are contracted with Valley Caregiver Resource Center. So what they do is they step in and assist with, they pay for a certain number of hours per month for people that are not able to afford care that really need it.
Okay.
So.
But folks can call you and get all the details
Absolutely,
on
yes.
that. All right.
Yeah.
Christine Holt from Amdal Home Care right here on Central Valley Talk.